question your religion, question your beliefs, really question everything because you, as a Christian, right, you are dedicating your whole life to somebody that you are meant to believe in. And once you start to question it, what you realize is that most people don't actually believe in God, at least the Christian God, so to speak. Now, why do I say this? Belief is something that changes how you act and what you do. For example, right? If I were to come on here and say, I believe in fitness, or I believe in going to the gym, I believe in being healthy, and every day I was to drink, smoke, and be on my ass, y'all would probably say that I was lying, right or wrong. There's a difference between making a mistake and it being a lifestyle. Now, if I was to go to the gym consistently and everything, once in a while I slip up, cheat meal here and there, cool. But if I was to live a lifestyle constantly drinking, smoking, being on my ass, and then saying going to the gym once a week, y'all would call me out because that is a lifestyle that I'm choosing. So what you're going to realize when you look around today is a lot of people don't genuinely believe. And I say that because they say they do, but God is more a background character in their life. For example, right? You see a lot of people say they believe in God, yet they sleep around. If that's the life you want to live, that's completely fine. Again, just to preface this, preface, however you say that word, I'm not really judging anybody. You know, I've fallen guilty to a lot of these things myself. But what you will see is a lot of people, they sleep around, they do drugs, they lie, they steal, and that yet they say that they believe in God. But do you really believe in God? You know, it would be different if you were walking with God, walking with Jesus Christ, and then you were to slip up and make these mistakes. Or maybe you should just look too good that night and, you had to do what you had to do. But it's a whole different idea. And when I'm constantly walking, I guess, walking in sin or living in sin, and then, oh, let me just go to church on Sunday. You know what I'm saying? Like, do I really believe in God if I live that type of lifestyle? Can I really say that I believe in Him and believe in His commandments? Because Jesus says, believe in Him and keep His commandments, and ours will be the kingdom of heaven. So it's not just believe in Him, it's not just keep His commandments, it's you got to believe and keep His commandments. So that's why I ask you, do you really believe in what you're about to, or what you are dedicating your life to? A lot of people, their religion is based on what they grew up. So, for example, right, I'm Nigerian. Majority of Nigerians are Christian. But if we go to northern Nigeria, we'll see a lot of the people in the north are Islam or Muslim. If we go to Pakistan, we see a lot of people in Pakistan are Muslim. For example, right? A lot of people are just gonna stick with the religion they were raised in their whole life. So they never really grow up questioning their religion. They never really understand, okay, so why Christianity and not Islam? Why Islam and not Christianity? Why Judaism and not Christianity, for example, right? So it's like, how can I sit here and justify my beliefs to a Muslim when I haven't even questioned my beliefs and truly understood why I am a Christian? My whole life, I've just been Christian. I don't know any other religion except for Christianity. I can't tell you what the Quran says. I can't tell you what the Torah says. You know what I'm saying? And not to say that I need to go and read the Torah, read the Quran to really understand my religion, or my belief in God, but more saying that I need to really question and sit down and understand what I'm believing and seeing if that's even something that aligns with me. Because you might go out or you might go read the Bible and such, and you might just come to the conclusion that what's in this Bible doesn't fully align with me. Not saying that will be you, but you never know because you never really take the time to question your religion. You just believe in God because you think that's what you should do, or you believe in God because I don't want to go to hell. Well, if a fear-based belief of hell is your reason for believing in God, that's not really, uh, I guess that's not really a love of God. That's just more a fear of hell, on the fear of damnation, fear of eternity, because that just becomes a situation where, okay, let me believe in God so I can prevent any hell, but I'll still live however I want to live. You know what I'm saying? So that's just why I implore you to question your religion. question your beliefs. Really figure out what you believe as a person, not just what your parents raised you up to believe your whole life. Because questioning is not rejection. Just to say that, just because you say that I question Christianity or I'm questioning my beliefs doesn't mean you automatically reject everything that the Bible teaches or whatnot. It just really goes to say, I'm really thinking about this and I'm trying to understand why I choose to walk with this and implement this or these teachings into my daily life. The Word of God, the way of God, Christianity. Why do I choose to be a Christian? Because at the end of the day, you make that choice. You can't let the choice of your parents 20 years ago to raise you as a Christian influence how you move today or how you think you're meant to move, for example, right? The Bible, again, a main reason why I'm kind of having this conversation is because you kind of see a selective obedience with people today where they follow one side of the Bible, but they don't really follow the other side. For example, you see people who say they'll condemn gay people. They're like, oh, that's those gay people, whatever, cool. But yet they're having sex before marriage. They're stealing. They're getting high. They're lying to people. It's like, bro, you can't pick and choose. Like I saw a gay person the other day. He was talking about, I think it was online on TikTok. He was talking about how, oh yeah, I'm gay and a Christian, and there were so many people, even people I knew in the comments talking about you can't be gay and Christian. But frankly, some of the people I knew also commit different sins or they live sinful lives. So who's to say that you can't have sex before marriage and be a Christian, for example, right? You can't smoke weed and be a Christian. You know what I'm saying? Like, who's to say that? Why can't I say that if you can say that they can't be gay and be a Christian? You get what I'm saying? So it's just like all this selective obedience, half in, half out. The Bible specifically warns against that. You can't be half in, half out with God, at least the Christian God. You get what I'm saying? So it's like, that's why I implore you to really sit down and have that conversation with yourself. Is this something that I really want to follow for the rest of my life? And then if it is, then you begin making those choices and walking in that faith. And if it's not, hey, there's nothing, I guess, in my opinion, there's really nothing wrong with that. I had to start questioning the church that I go to because I generally did not believe in all the theatrics, all what they were doing. I still go to that church, because I kind of have to. My family goes there, but I don't subscribe to it. I don't necessarily believe it. I've met a lot of great people from that church, but it's just not the church for me. And I've said this multiple times. I told my mom this, told all my siblings this, like, I don't believe in this church long term. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I just implore you to start asking yourself these questions. There's a lot of hypocrisy going on around. I'm probably a hypocrite as well for making this video. I'm just completely normal. This is really a conversation that I wanted to have to myself, but I figured it will do someone else good if they heard it as well. I know everybody falls short. I know nobody's morally superior to another person, but conviction is going to start with yourself. If you're living a lifestyle and then you're trying to chase God, or you claim that you're trying to chase God by going to church on Sunday or putting a Bible verse on your Instagram or posting a TikTok, come on. Is that really true belief in God? You know what I'm saying? Again, back to the gym analogy, like, is that really truly me trying to be healthy? You know what I'm saying? Like, you'd call me a liar. I'm not gonna call anybody a liar. I'm not gonna call anyone out. I'm not gonna judge anybody, but you'd call me out on my BS. You know what I'm saying? So again, I'm not saying that God isn't real. That's for you, I guess, to make that choice whether you believe or don't believe in God. And then when you do, I guess, decide whether you believe or don't believe in God, do you subscribe to the Christian God? I believe in God for sure, but I haven't yet answered that question as to why I'm a Christian and not any other thing, I guess, because I've been raised Christian my whole life and that's all I know. And I feel like once you know, go through that and ask yourself that question, it leads to two things. One, your faith strengthens because now you question your religion and you question your beliefs. You need to understand it. Two, you realize it's not for me. I really don't subscribe to everything in this Bible. I don't want to live this lifestyle. It's really not who I am or who I see myself to be as a person. And whichever is you, that's completely fine. At least to me. Some people will say otherwise, but don't force yourself into something if you don't truly believe in it, especially not something as big as Christianity, because Jesus Christ is somebody you have to marry. Like, you and your spouse will lay together, but Jesus is right in the middle of that. That's pretty much what we're taught in the Bible. A lot of people, they don't want to, I guess, step away from Christianity because they're afraid of being persecuted, especially where I'm from. In a Nigerian household, if you were to ever say, I'm not a Christian, God knows your parents are saying you're every type of demon in the book. I'm telling you. So you see a lot of people don't really question these beliefs, or they're never really true to themselves. They just pray when they feel like they need to pray, go to church when they feel like they need to pray. They just, I guess, go through the motions with it. They don't really understand what they're doing, or why they're doing it. Why do they pray and why do they go to church? Some people don't even go to church no more because they feel like they don't have to. If that's you, hey, best of luck to you. But again, we can't really you really shouldn't have a Christianity that's half-assed, half in, half out. And I'm gonna come here and say I live a Christianity that's half in, half out. So yeah, that's why I had to start asking myself these questions, you know. But that's really just it. All I had to say. Don't believe in something just to feel safe. If you don't believe in it, you don't believe in it. I've seen so many people say they believe in God just to stay away from hell. Again, that's not love of God, but that's fear of hell. That's fear of eternal damnation. But best of luck to you as you ask yourself this question. It might take you a year, a month, 2 months, 10 years, whenever you figure it out. Just go with what you believe to be true and just, walk in that path. Be true to yourself and don't live a life that you feel like you have to live. Because that just ends up with you being wishy-washy, you know. But yeah, man, that's all I had to say to y'all. Hope y'all have a good day and be safe.